Prabhu, what time? Prabhu. So 9:15 is fine. 9:15 sharp. I will, as soon as I finish, I will just come. Bye.
Sorry, by mistakenly I just closed that. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
Now your voice is clear, Karthik. Now I can hear your
Okay.
voice. Oh, I. And then, Karthik, can you see my screen? Karthik?
No, I could not see Rakesh. Your screen, I could not see you. Your
Okay.
screen.
Sai, can you make me presenter? I am in a meeting. Can you make?
You are presenter, but it is showing you are only presenter.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm asking him to make me presenter.
Rakesh, meanwhile, actually, now the clients who are getting deployed into Ariba very newly, so most of them are using SAP PI middleware and SAP as backend, SAP MM or
Okay.
FI.
Okay.
Is it that? Because since SAP has acquired Ariba, so middleware and this what is this MM and FI. So mostly these only things they'll use, right? New clients.
It's not like that, Karthik. See what happens. It's not mandatory to have ECC as a backend and PA as a middleware. We have different backend systems like we have Oracle in place, we have JDA in place for ECC, and for middleware we have Delboomi. ITK itself can integrate with any backend system. So it's not mandatory to have SAP ECC.
Relation. Like in future, do we do procurement?
Yeah, S4 HANA is mainly into cloud ECC ERP. Getting the point? It's a cloud ERP. S4 HANA is there in on-premises also, but it was not there before for cloud. But now it's coming for cloud edition, S4 HANA cloud, where we have very you can see ECC like this with Fiori apps, one touch. There we'll very less need the T codes and all. So it's a backend ERP system where we have analytics and all the power of ECC we can have with S4 HANA. So I do have a limited knowledge on S4 HANA, but yeah, S4 HANA is coming out as a hot cake in market nowadays, especially for Ariba and S4 HANA integration.
Okay.
Any other doubts?
Actually, this invoicing, this invoicing tab, if you see this directly, we can create a PO based or non-PO based or contract based invoice, right?
Yes, we can create.
There is one creation of invoice from supplier URL, supplier login also. What is?
Yes. I'll tell you how, Karthik,
and
PO based and non-PO based, why the option is there, I'll tell you. I mean, in the complete cycle, you'll get an idea, I think.
yeah, okay,
What you say? I'll start procurement cycle,
yeah, yeah,
get an idea.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay?
Yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, just.
Huh? No.
So I am creating one requisition, Karthik. So you know, right? I mean, requisition difference between a PO, purchase order, and purchase requisition. Or you want me to explain?
No, purchase declaration is just a purchasing document where we requirement.
Yeah, simply, purchase requisition is an internal document which has no legal, authority. I mean, it's of not legal purpose, but PO will considered as a
Okay,
legal
the voice is
authority to supply.
breaking little. Okay,
Sorry.
so your voice
Hello.
is no breaking up little. Your voice is breaking up little. That's,
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Karthik? Karthik, can you hear me now?
go ahead, Rakesh. Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rakesh.
Yeah, yeah. So what I'm saying, requisition is a internal document which has no legal authority, but when it comes to PO, it has legal authority. It's a legal document which is sent to PO. I mean, which is sent to supplier. So I'll show you how. Karthik, I think you are offline now. Karthik, can you hear me?
Rakesh?
Yeah, Karthik.
Yeah, maybe network issues, Rakesh. I'm very sorry for it.
No, no, that's okay. So, it's audible now. Am I clear to you?
Yes, yes, yes. Now it's clear.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm creating a new requisition. As soon as I click on requisition, it will take me through the catalog page, right? So I
Yeah.
have to select a catalog item or a non-catalog item or a punch-out item. So I'm selecting one item. So I'll do one thing. I'll take one catalog item. Uh, okay. And I'll take one non-catalog item. So your doubt was there, right? If I'm adding a non-catalog item, what would be the commodity code, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
So the commodity code will be the code which we are using in Ariba. I mean, if you have backend system, you will have custom codes which will be mapped with Ariba. If we have UNSPSC code, you will use those same code. Getting my point?
Yeah.
So all these are accounting details which we need to, I mean, if we have any other accounting details, it will come automatically. So I'm taking quantity as 2. This is how we create non-catalog item.
Rakesh, in our this project which I'm doing shadow phase, or like I have some idea of it. So as soon as they're selecting commodity code and this non-catalog item,
Yes.
it is getting filtered. The suppliers are getting filtered for which this commodity code can be provided by so and so suppliers. Either this is one option, I'm not sure, and filters are and supplier is also filtered, the supplier options coming from the drop down based on purchase
Commodity.
organization.
Commodity.
Commodity code, commodity code or purchase organization, suppliers are filtered based on suppliers
Yeah.
through availability.
So you know how it is happening?
No, I didn't understand, but how here, like it is
Yeah.
because based on this commodity code, supplier gets filtered, which all they
No, no.
can provide this.
That is happened on commodity supplier mapping. We have vendor commodity mapping called one field where we can map the line items or the commodities with the vendors, so that whenever we are selecting that vendor, all the commodities related to that vendor pops up. I mean, in the field, if we if we select that commodity, all the vendors selected to that commodity comes up. Or even we can map
Oh,
with purchase organization if you want. So we can map accordingly, where actually not we just need to give the information. SAP will map those in their backend system.
oh,
That is Ariba's backend system.
oh,
Getting
oh, okay.
so that can be
Ariba's
done
backend system. You mean Ariba backend system? You mean?
in Ariba backend
Hello.
system once this solution itself.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, 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 Rakesh.
So yeah, backend
Yeah,
system in the sense this system itself, which is
this
supported,
system.
which
Okay.
is supported by Oracle database. But the thing
Okay.
is, they are going to convert it into SAP ECC soon. I mean S4 HANA soon. But as of now, they are using Oracle backend system for this database. I mean Ariba database, you can say.
Okay.
Okay. So any other concerns?
Nothing. So
So
now,
here,
how it is vendor community code? No, how it is now here in this application, in our current application?
sorry, how?
Like now also suppliers also get filtered based on commodity code, like how it is configured here based on purchase order or based on commodity code here
It's up to
in this.
you. It's up to you how you wanna map
No, no,
it.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Here,
asking here in the screen what you are showing in the application, how it is mapped in this
here there
Pradeep
is no
Chaudhary's
mapping.
account.
Here is don't there is
No
no
mapping.
mapping. That's the reason. You can select any supplier you want. You
So,
have to
but
select.
what if the supplier cannot provide that product?
Then that's the reason. If you want, that mapping, you have to do priorly because this is a demo system for a practice or training purpose. You don't have any mapping
Okay.
skill. Generally, companies ask
Okay.
for mapping. Getting your point.
Okay.
We have to
Okay.
map.
Thanks for the
Uh,
point.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So you can send for multiple suppliers from enabling collaboration where you can add multiple suppliers. See now it's asking for invite suppliers. First it was only one supplier one, but here asking for multiples. If I disable collaboration, it will ask for only one supplier information. So
What is that invite supplier, Rakesh? Like what can we do in that invite supplier?
we can send this requirement to the supplier. This non-catalog item,
New
right?
supplier?
Sorry?
Okay, okay. Who are on network?
Yeah,
Who are
yeah,
on
yeah.
network or who are
Yeah,
associated? Who are on
yeah.
network or who are integrated in our application?
Exactly, exactly.
No, no. I'm asking the supply invite suppliers means who are all on the supplier
So it will
network
be
or
sent to
who are
both,
on
buddy.
integrated.
It will be sent to both. It's not mandatory that he has to be on network. If he is not on network, it will, I'll show you just a moment because I'm gonna show you this as a non-network, user only because we don't have access to network, right? So I'm gonna show you
Yeah.
the supplier work also doing buyer. I'll show you just a moment. So I'm creating this non-catalog item. If I have any other requirement, I can attach a file with this. So I have two, line items in my equation. See, one is catalog item, another is non-catalog item. Both are different suppliers. So let's see how it goes on. Now it will ask for some details, like basic details. I'm giving here. See, this purchase unit comes according to my profile. Whatever purchase unit assigned to my profile, it will come automatically
Okay.
depending upon this. And delay purchase order in the sense I'm creating requisition, it will be sent to approval. So if I'm leaving this date blank, it will automatically PO will be created. But if I click on future date, it will be approved, but it will be on approved status. It won't convert.
Context.
Or
Yeah.
yeah,
Got it. I got it.
yeah, yeah.
This my labels. I'm not sure. Can you explain that in
So
detail,
my
Rakesh?
labels are further drill down to this title. generally what happens, it will have a main title, but label is, if you have any coding knowledge, field name and label name will be there, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
database it will be stored as one name, but label name will be different. So just for naming purpose, you can say.
Label name is like technical or semantic or syntactic. Like we in detail want to explain. Suppose in SAP, BUKRS Bucharest is a company code. So
Okay.
BUKRS name as field name and label name as company code. Is it like this?
Yeah, somewhat
But
like this. We can add labels to this document. We can add some name to this document. That's it. We
some creating folder, I heard this. We create folder for the apply label, something, anything related to this.
Your voice is breaking. You're asking that we can create folders and documents. Is it?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
If you want, we can create. We can attach this, requisition to some workspace, or you can create a folder inside that you can have this project. So it's for
Can you do some
finding.
operation on that apply label? Okay, okay, okay. Can you do some operation or some writing something on apply label? Anything?
Yeah, I'll add new label to this. What I'll do. So just, it will be easy for finding purpose. You can find easily if you have some labels, if you can give some small descriptions. Mm,
I shall be back in a minute. Okay, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
okay, you're going somewhere?
1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Karthik.
Yeah, yeah, go, yeah, you can.
So I change the label to Karthik, equation for Karthik, and ship to address is coming from profile. If you want to change, you can change it, and deliver to address should be some name, like should be delivered to Karthik. Need by date, we can give some need by date. And simply creating my requisition. So from requisition, you can create a sourcing project. You can just directly create a sourcing project with the requisition, or you can submit that. So I have submitted my requisition. It has submitted successfully. Now it will. So this is how it looks like for the requisition. So whoever is responsible, he'll be logging in. You can see in purchasing manager group who all are there. So any one of these guy can approve this equation. So once it is approved, it will be converted to PO. So any doubts up to this equation?
No.
So if you want to withdraw this equation, we can withdraw, we can edit. So all these are self-explanatory fields, right? So now I'll do one thing. I'll remove this approval authority so that it will be approved. So you can see, right? It's approved from submitted to approved status. So once it is approved, we can check the orders. We'll have 2 orders. So we created one requisition with 2 different suppliers, so it's giving 2 different PO, purchase order, right? So now I'll select one purchase order. I'll try to complete this order from I'll try to receive. See what happens, it is sent to supplier. But now, as we don't have any supplier, network access, I'll do one thing. I'll act as supplier and do work on behalf of him. Getting the point?
Yeah. From where these payment terms are coming? Payment terms from vendor master?
Payment terms no. I showed you contract.
This is yeah. This is for catalog item. Okay.
Yeah, this is for catalog item.
Okay.
So yeah, now I was showing you something. I forgot. Yeah, it is ordered. Now generally what happens, supplier will log in into his network portal and check for any new requisition. So he'll start acting on that. He'll send the shipping notice. So whatever status, it will be there in network. Buyer network. Buyer will also have network access, right? He'll also log into buyer network where he can see shipping notice, order status. So once he starts sending goods, here we'll be having receipts.
What is this buyer network? What we are in? Which one? We are in buyer application only.
Solution. We are in solution now.
Oh,
So
there's
buyer
something
network
called.
is again different.
There's another URL login URL for that.
Exactly.
Do you have, Rakesh? Can you please log into this? If you have, just I want to see the screen.
I don't have for this, but
I just want to know. There's some at least a 1-2 minutes overview.
yeah, just give me a moment. I'm thinking which site can I use? If I show you after this, is it any problem? I'll show you, but after this I'll show you.
Later. Okay.
Yeah.
That is
because I need to hide the screen and yeah.
Oh, just that is called buyer network, is it?
Yeah, that is buyer network exactly. We have supplier
Each
portal, we have buyer network as
okay, each customer has a buyer network login ID and
well.
password.
Access. Yes, yes. For upstream, it's not that much useful, but downstream we have to use buyer network. For upstream
So
also we use not
why
very.
why why do they need it? Why do they need it? Buyers, like, what are the advantages? What are the activities that they do in the buyer at network login?
So mainly supplier enablement will be done through network, I mean network access, and these notices, ship notice, invoices will be sent through Ariba network. If there is any issue, they can solve from there. So basically the motto behind this is, supplier cannot log in directly to your system, right? It's a risk. We cannot give access to supplier to directly log into your system. So that is the reason that we have a network in place where buyer and supplier can log in into the same platform and check the status of the net of
The same
status
things
of
inbox. So same thing, inbox, outbox, catalog. Both will have the same like same screen, is it?
inbox outbox is not there in solution, right? There in network we have inbox and
Supplier
outbox.
supplier supplier login. They
Supplier
have
also.
inbox.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah,
have.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
buyer
both
also have.
look like the same. Both pretty much look like the same. I'll show you both supplier and buyer login where you cannot find until unless you know the screen, you cannot find that who is buyer and who is supplier. There you can and bottom you can see by the profile. So what happens? This rules and regulation where invoice reconciliation rules or buyer relationship, trading relationship can be maintained over there. We cannot maintain in solution. So
No.
for doing business with buyer, we need to have trading relationship with buyer. That is
Okay.
mandatory. I mean supplier. That is mandatory. So without trading relationship, we cannot uh, do any equation or any transaction with supplier. Though we can do uh, sourcing and contract management, but we cannot do any transaction, that is equation or PO or invoicing. We cannot do. Yeah, okay, okay. So I am into PO. So there is no approval for this. So let me check receipt. See here, it's written the requisition contains an order for a supplier that is not an Ariba network member. You must deliver the order to supplier manually. So we can deliver this order supplier manually and we can maintain the same in network, I mean Ariba solution, where the supplier we cannot contact him through network. Here we don't need to have, we need not to access the network because the supplier is not at all in network. It's waste of time using network. Getting my point?
Yeah, yeah. So he's a non-ASN vendor.
Exactly. So
So
it's
how
not
do we send?
mandatory. Yeah, if we can send through mail or we can call him and tell him. So it's again a manual process, but we have to maintain the pure equation in our system. That's the reason we do this. Generally, it doesn't happen, but to explain you, I'm telling the complete process. To explain you the complete process, I'm showing you this way. I mean, without ASN network. So it's not fine.
Rakesh, one small question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, in our project, I mean the project which I'm doing shadow phase, they don't, they're directly into downstream procurement.
Okay.
So, but still they're using these catalog items.
They're using procurement.
They're using procurement, still they are using catalog items. Apart from non-catalog, they're also using catalog, and punch out is not yet enabled. So, and there is no upstream, there is no sourcing, there is no contract yet. But how did they, how did those catalogs, like, did they do the sourcing and, awarding that contract through, that means they didn't do the sourcing and contract to Ariba, but they have done through some other, like SAP ECC or some other ERP, is it?
Got it, got it. So,
So,
got your question. First of all, I am from beginning I'm saying Ariba, you can use any bit of the solution, and you can integrate it to any backend system, whether it's SAP ECC or any backend system. So now
yeah,
coming
yeah,
to the procurement, without catalogs we cannot do procurement in Ariba.
yeah,
First
that
of
is
all,
important. The core for Ariba.
exactly. So what happens for catalog? It's not mandatory to have contracts in place. If you have contracts, you can have. If not, we can bind those with any backend system if we have.
No,
So we
my
can
doubt,
bind, yeah,
my doubt was, like
payment terms.
here payment terms, here payment terms, our discount, all this were coming from contract, since contract was already in Ariba. Then, like in previous classes, you have created all this community code with respect to that one.
Yeah.
But in how here we don't have sourcing all those contracts. So this community catalog they have done with the other application, and they have uploaded into Ariba using some CSV files. Is it even the discount term, discount payment, all this
Yeah,
information also?
discount, wherever they negotiated, they captured that, they can upload. So generally what happens, catalog will be uploaded by suppliers, right?
Hmm.
Catalog will be uploaded by suppliers. So the suppliers has to give the rates and all. So payment terms again can be defined in procurement solution, in anywhere of the Ariba solution. Payment terms can be what we say, payment terms can be defined on network. We can define the payment terms if we have.
Okay.
And catalogs, related to catalogs will be purely uploaded by supplier. As you're saying, it can be captured if they have any other negotiation from any other system other from Ariba sourcing or contract management. So they can be captured and uploaded to the system. Getting a point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So are we clear? I mean, just let's not keep any doubt, when moving further, because
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
yeah. So trying to receive these goods, but I am stuck in somewhere. Just give me a moment, Karthik. Wanted to show you complete cycle.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me.
Rakesh, like if we have created some 4 or 5 non-catalog items in our PR, so
Mhm.
if all so PR split into PO is based, one of the factor is based on vendor, right? If the vendors are different for line items, so PO will be generated separately for each line item.
Okay. So we have three, scenarios for that. I'll tell you
Yeah,
the
yeah,
three scenarios. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Tell
So
me.
what happens? First of all, if I have same supplier, but one item I'm buying from the same supplier as a catalog item and another as a non-catalog item. Still, PO will be generated too, right?
Okay,
So
okay,
this is one scenario. If my suppliers are different, that is basic scenario where the PO will be generated too. And another. So another scenario is there. So where the two POs will be generated. But if you want you that my though my line items, one is catalog and one is non-catalog item or punch out item, but this when the supplier are same, I want a single PO to be generated. So you can change that configuration. So default it comes with the first scenario, but if you want you can change the scenario and make it according to you. But if the
okay,
suppliers are different, there has to be two POs generated. That is basic
okay,
thing.
okay.
So now,
So
yeah, yeah,
based on
good.
purchase organization also anything, because yesterday I've seen one PO, it was non-catalog item only, two line items, I think two are non-catalog itself, but it has same vendor, but still it has converted into two POs.
Not I think purchase. I think ship to address. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ship to address. Yeah, for the same supplier, if there is two different ship to address, like one is for plant one and another is for plant two, then it will create a two PO. Yeah, yeah.
Based on plant then,
Yeah, ship to
right?
address. Yeah,
Ship
ship
to
to
means
address.
ship to is nothing
Where
but
we have
plant in
to
it.
where we have to deliver.
Yeah,
It could
yeah.
be plant,
Actually,
it could be anywhere.
so generally in SAP we use plant for like suppose there's an MNC with 10 buildings, MNC organization it has 10 buildings, and that means there are 10 different plants, right? We can tell because where the activities takes place. Plant is nothing but where activities take place.
Exactly. So here we have ship to address in the sense maybe yeah plant or it could not be planned, but at the time of implementation we can set profile according to the ship to address. Ship to address is nothing but their operational area.
Yeah,
Whatever, I
yeah.
mean, they might call it as a plant, they might call it as a company, they might call it as anything, workshop or anything. So it's not mandatory to that it's a plant. Again, it's a naming convention, so no worries on that. If you think it's a plant, okay, go ahead and
Okay. Thank-
that.
okay.
So yeah, so now any other concerns?
No, no, nothing.
So now I am taking one requisition which I have created. I don't know there is a issue in that. So I have created this requisition which is also having two PO because of two different suppliers. Now I'll I'm taking one PO and on behalf of supplier I'm starting receiving it. There we are missing this option, right? So I'm receiving this goods.
So Rakesh, one more doubt. Buyer generally does this receiving, is it?
No, no. Generally, yeah. I mean, buyer done this because in in network we'll get the notification, right? Receiving or received notification we'll be having in network. So buyer has to receive receipts will be automatically generated. Getting my point?
Okay.
Receipts will be automatically generated with blank. there will be show you.
So you mean the
So
buyer
this is
application he does through
this
buyer
is
application?
yeah, this is a blank receipt. You can see accepted, rejected. So we have to add this there here, like, okay, I have ordered for quantity 1.
So
So
as soon as PO is generated, this blank data, blank line item get generated. Once we receive item, we need to just go to the line item. We just need
yeah,
to just update the accepted quantity. That's it, right?
perfect,
This receipt is automatically generated with blank quantity.
perfect. You can see over here, right? This is a blank receipt where we have to update. Now, if you try to see, if you try to add, I have ordered for 1 quantity. I'm trying to add 5 as it will show an error when we submit, right? It will show error. I'll show you. Now, if you want to close this order, you can close. If you want to still receiving, see what happens if I order for 10 items and I am receiving 5 items. So we cannot close this order. We have to click on no, right? So any receipt, any comments on receipt we can add if you want. Now I'm trying to submit this receipt. Let's see. So you can see cannot receive more than 10% beyond the quantity ordered. So for suppose I ordered for 10 items, so I cannot receive more than 11 items. I mean, depending on percentage. So I ordered only 1 item, so I can receive up to 1.1 quantity. So if UM is in decimals, you can receive.
No, I didn't get that. What was that? What was that error? Cannot
The
receive.
error is I ordered only one.
Okay.
But cannot receive more than 10% beyond quantity order. For suppose I ordered 100 items.
So this over tolerance is tolerance for over receiving
Exactly.
is at
Tolerance.
10%.
Yes,
Is it?
yes.
Okay.
So only not for invoicing, we can have it for receiving also.
Okay. Okay.
Getting my point?
Yeah.
So now I am receiving. So if I receive 1.1, then it is okay. If I update and try to submit, it will take 1.1 as a, because for 0.1 is 10%, right? So it
Yeah.
will be taken. Now, so I have received these goods. Now I can create invoice against this. So Karthik, I'll finish it up, or otherwise invoicing we can see later, right? So
No,
it's
we are
again a
just.
big part. So
No,
I
I,
have
I just
received,
I
yeah,
just want to know that at supplier end, this last question, supplier end also has the invoice option create,
yeah,
and buyer in our solution also, buyer solution also, we have this invoice option.
yes.
So what is the difference there? Why ideally supplier has to create invoice, right? So they are
Exactly.
creating. Why we are doing here invoicing?
Now I showed you, right, the supplier is not on network. You have to deliver the goods manually.
Okay, okay,
So in
okay, okay.
that case, when the supplier is not on network, we can create on behalf of the supplier and we can
Oh,
send it for approval. Yeah.
okay, okay. Got it.
Okay, I'll do
Okay.
one thing. I'll show you how to create invoice so that otherwise it will be stayed in your mind. So I was working with PO5613, right? Yeah, PO5613. Just remember PO5613. Okay? So uh, I'm creating invoice against PO What was that? 5613. So you can see over here everything is blank. Okay, let me show you first. So everything is blank, you can see, right? So once I select that PO, it will be automatically filled. We need not. We just need to give the invoice number. See, the payment terms automatically edited. The supplier contact, you have to give the remit address. Uh, okay. So if I send this, if I submit this, it will go for approval.
Mm.
So this is how we create invoice. So I'm submitting this. So this person is there in approval flow. When I remove, it will be automatically submitted.
He is there because you have created shopping cart on behalf
Approval,
of some person.
approval,
We are
yeah. No, approval flow comes according to the requisition. Depending upon the plan, depending upon the commodity, depending upon the vendor, we can set the approval flow. So it's a big topic again. We can discuss about this because approval flow plays a crucial role in downstream. That is mainly for procurement and invoice processing. So without a proper release strategy, we cannot approve any document, right? So yeah, invoice is created, sent. Depending upon this, we see what happens. Validation will be taking care in network, but the reconciliation we have to do here. Getting my point?
no, I didn't get you.
So validation means, as I said, invoice reconciliation will be done on network. Clear up to this? Automatically it will be.
I didn't get you. What is the difference between validation and reconciliation?
That's what I'm saying. So validation is, it will check for reconciliation. Validation means it will check for any error. So until unless there is no error, it is okay, it will be reconciled. If there is an error, it will send here. It will
Okay,
send the
okay.
status here. Now the respective person will have to check with that reconciliation. So if there
What is
is
it?
no, sorry.
What is the exception or what is the error for why it is coming in reconciliation?
So exception is the way we discussed, right? If there is any conflicts between PO, receipt and invoice, it will throw an error, exception.
So this is an exception, one exception we have in reconciliation.
I mean, you are again going to some other track, Karthik. We discussed about reconciliation, right? Reconciliation is comparing the,
PO, GR, receipt, and that I understood. PO,
yeah.
receipt, and in comparison
So
of
why we compare that? Why we compare that?
to check whether we have items where we have received what we have ordered or not, and doing payment accordingly.
Perfect. So if there is any mistake, so what we will do? I mean, if there is any, so for suppose I have ordered for, I have created requisition for or PO for 10 items, I have good receipt of 12 items and invoice of 13 items. So what it will do, it will create exception, right? Throw an error.
Okay.
So
Okay.
those error will be handled here.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So errors exception is nothing but there is if there is any conflict or there is any mismatch, it will be handled, right?
So
So
such
once
exceptions.
yeah, tell me.
So such exceptions we see in reconciliation. If there is a conflict in this PO and GR and invoice, we see such conflicts in reconciliation. Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
once sending a payment request to I mean backend system. So once payment is sent, payment will be done. Okay to pay file will be generated. If we are paying through Ariba, it will be sent to Ariba system. If we are paying to any backend system, it will be sent to the backend system depending upon the integration. Right? Payment toolkit integration is there. So that is again a technical thing. Oh, yeah. So payments will be done. Is that okay? Karthik. Hello. Hello. Karthik, are you
Just
there?
little, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just little surprised because you're telling payment also can be done from Ariba.
Payments, that's what I'm saying. Payments here, if you want, you can do through Ariba but the solution should supporting. Here in India, Ariba payments yet not, released. So we
Okay.
cannot do in India, at least in India, we cannot do payments through Ariba. So a file will be generated from wherever you are doing payment, a file will be generated, it will be sent to backend system. So ideally, if you have Ariba Pay as a solution, so it will be automatically sent to that solution, and it will be, payments will be carried out. If you don't have any Ariba system, payment system, you have to generate one form called OK to Pay, where if everything is done, everything is approved, that form will be generated and sent to backend system as a token.
Oh, oh, in this project there was an option, okay to pay checkbox. Okay to pay checkbox was there. So if we check it or uncheck this option actually in this
Yeah.
project in.
So if you check that box, then that
Okay,
OK
it
to Pay
generates a
file
form,
will
is
be
it?
sent to backend system.
And sends it to ECC.
Yeah, that will be sending to backend system as a token for payment.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
I think my battery is drained out and I don't have charger. I forgot my charger in the office. So if you have any doubt,
Sure,
just
sure.
let me know.
Okay,
Because this is a complete cycle how it looks like. So if you have any doubt, just let
okay.
me know. We'll discuss on this. And
How about our now next classes will be on integration, ERP, CC mapping, and what else, Rakesh?
we'll see on invoicing. We'll just give a walkthrough, and mainly we have to see the approval process, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's the
Because
main
that
thing.
is the crucial and backbone of procurement, right? And
Okay, yeah.
we'll see the reporting and all. We'll finish it up because it's as simple as other. So integration, I'll show you through Visio diagrams and how it looks like, how integration is done. So that integration is one session or two sessions we can have.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah,
This is non
integration is
okay.
sorry.
This non P1 blanket PO. Any document you have, Rakesh? Non P1 blanket PO.
I send you not received.
I received only one document that is about procurement.
Okay. Okay, I'll right away I'll do that. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Rakesh. Thanks a lot.
So next session, because I'm traveling for Holi to my hometown, because of Holi I'm
Okay,
traveling to my hometown.
okay, okay. Okay.
So next session, whenever I mean after Tuesday, whenever you're free, just let me know to let I
So,
mean communicate
okay,
to
okay.
Sai.
Okay, okay. You're going to Vijayawada or Vizag, where?
No, no, I'm going to
Hello. Session.